Good Wednesday morning, my friends. Welcome to my September angel reading. I am really enjoying the fact that my angel readings are now in the beginning of the month. Many of us need that reprieve from some of the busyness and the heaviness that's been kind of accruing over the last couple of weeks, especially with some of the heaviness that's coming in. I'm going to keep my readings at the beginning of the month, especially as we creep into the winter, especially as we're dealing with Mercury retrograde at the end of this month. So today we are going to be looking at that angelic energy. Now, like always, as I'm a tarot reader at heart, I have my angel tarot. And then I was called in that we needed to have 2 oracle decks, which isn't uncommon. So I have the Angel Inspiration Oracle and then Healing with the Angels Oracle. And like always, there are links below to all these angel-tastic decks so that you can check them out should you be called to do so. So today, without further ado, let's get in to see how the angels want to support us to deal with some of this energy that we're dealing with. And I'm hoping that everyone saw that I did manage to post my anxiety releasing meditation yesterday. It was a little later than normal, so I do apologize for that. However, I'm hoping that it will help really connect in and allow you to release some of those energies that come forward and, well, they're not really that needed or wanted. Okay, let's get into this. What do the angels want to share with my friends for the next month? Ah! I do ask that they keep it on the table because there's nothing more fun than going fishing for cards under the table, live on camera. So this is the one that really wanted out. I love it. Harmony. Oh, how we need this. Harmony within, harmony with others, global harmony. The angels are really identifying that we're missing that right now. There's so much going on. Not only are we dealing with that anxious energy, we're also dealing with what's happening globally. People are getting sick. The whole thing happening in Afghanistan and ongoing in Afghanistan. And then you also have a lot of extra heaviness. Just the burden of the last year and a half, causing many of us to feel really disjointed and kind of off. The angels are reminding you it's important to take a little bit of time, as much as you can, to make sure you have that harmony within, which sounds corny as I say it. However, it's not as hard as you would think. We can easily gain harmony within ourselves through, of course, meditation, but also creativity. We're getting out of that thought or critical or overcritical thinking. We're getting out of our way. We aren't obsessing over things. We're not getting frustrated. We're allowing ourselves to calm, which brings in that harmony. So that creativity, that mindfulness, that meditation would really support you with that harmony. Now, if you're really feeling disjointed and really unsure, I have a meditation with Archangel Jofel. He and I work together to bring that grounded, harmonious, centered energy so that you do feel more stable and harmonious. You have that sing in your body rather than that blah. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm on live usually twice-ish a week, and I also offer free supports. So I have 4 different playlists. 3 of them are meditative, and another one is a mindfulness tool. And they range on topics and supports. They're all guided and supported, and most of all, they're free. No strings attached. So that Sandalphon meditation is in my Healing with the Archangels series. And you can go in and check it out. All meditations will help bring in that centered, grounded, harmonious energy. And the same can be true if you can get into that creative state where you're not focusing in on that challenge, but that fun and allowing yourself to express yourself. All right. Body care. Being very, very blunt. I enjoy that sometimes. Body care. We have to take care of this physical vessel. And many of us aren't. Many of us are trying to, survive. We're in that survival mode. Making sure that we are doing what we've always been told to do. Drink plenty of clean water. Making sure that we're eating food that fuels us, that adds to this harmony rather than disconnects us. Taking care of our physical self, of course, correlates into a better ability to cope with challenges. It gives us a better mind frame. Spiritually, we're stronger, and emotionally, we're more sound. So that physical vessel is really important, and we have a tendency to neglect it. Miracles. We're all waiting for that big miracle that says, hey, COVID's no more. There is no more hunger. There is no more pain. I'm not sure we'll see that miracle come through. We have to create that in our own space, in our own community. The miracles that the angels are talking about are those unexpected little aspects, little pieces that we miss. We get caught up in our challenge, in the problem, and we miss out on those beautiful moments, those times together, those little aspects that would really fill us and feed that high vibrational self. Again, it's so easy to become complacent and you're like, oh, I have to get these tasks done. I have this deadline. I've got to make sure I get this, that, and the other. We're so in that head down, go mode that we're missing out. We're missing out on those miracles and those opportunities. There's lots of things that are happening in the here and now that would support us in getting out of this state that we're currently in. However, we're too caught up in our everyday, those demands and those expectations, to embrace what would help us out so much. I know that's so easy to say, yet in practice, well, it's hard, right? Because we do need to make sure that we're caring, for our physical body or our physical state. So we do need to get those tasks done. We do need to have that deadline finished. It's about that balance, though. Giving yourself that time to be present, not overbooking yourself, but saying, okay, these are the things that I have to do. This is the time I have. I don't want to miss out. So instead of, taking your lunch while eating or taking your lunch while doing your work, maybe giving yourself that lunch break. Taking that break to be present for you. Taking that break to enjoy what's around you. It's perspective and balance. I know, again, it's easier said than done. Our life is very chaotic. That's where that balance and harmony are so important. But just know that there are miracles occurring every day. And if you work in the healthcare industry, you see them a lot. If you don't, it's sometimes harder to see. Those miracles do happen. And what's more, you have the ability to be someone else's miracle, someone else's amazing moment of light. And when you can be that, it feels fantastic for you and them. All right, let's get into this a little bit more. What further support, information, and guidance can we share with my friends for the upcoming month? The Six of Swords. So if you've been around with my channel for a while and you've seen me do these readings, you know I have a few qualms about this deck. I've not found the perfect angel tarot deck. I'm not big on having a lot of clarification, if you will. And the creator has put resolution down here. It's part of the meaning. You can't sum up one tarot card or an oracle card in one word or a couple of words. The Six of Swords, it talks about and reconfirms that need for balance. In tarot oracle, sixes are about balance and harmony. So it's not surprising to me that one of the cards that really needed out was the Six of Swords. Swords are about knowledge. So when you break it down, you're looking at that balance of knowledge. And we take it one step further, that balance of knowledge that takes you forward. It's in that forward momentum. It's in embracing what you can do in your everyday, enjoying it and sharing it with those around you. What I mean by that is, well, we're looking at that energy perspective that I've been talking about for the last couple of readings. Really going in and having that positive, excited energy rather than that dread or kind of blah, oh, I've got to do this again. How long will work take? Energy. That perspective really does make a difference. It impacts us and those around us. Not to mention that when we have that high vibrational energy, we feel amazing. People treat us well. When we have that, oh, really, this again energy, we have that disconnect. We have that just almost disdain for what we're doing. That low vibration, people will reflect that back on you. It's when your day gets really challenging. So that perspective, that movement forward really does make a difference. Still working on my first cup of tea. It's 10, almost 11 o'clock. I'm doing quite well, I think. Sometimes it takes a while. Strength. Now, if you read Roman numerals, this does say 11. However, in most standard decks, it is written as 8. Now, there's a reason for that. Back 1908, 1909, before the Rider-Waite deck came out, Arthur Waite flipped the Strength card with the Justice card. Just kind of moved them over. He did that because he was part of the creation, or I don't want to say creation, it was always there, but the kind of sharing of knowledge and introduction of the Fool's Journey. Now, the Fool's Journey is the journey through the major arcana in tarot. He flipped it because it reads better. Strength, also, when you look at strength itself, it has 2 connections to the universal energy. And under the Fool's Journey, it happens to fall right under the Magician, who has 1 connection to the universal energy. That double connection, additionally, that feminine energy helps to nurture us, nurture our abilities, nurture those connections so that we can use our skills, our abilities, and ourselves in dynamic ways that bring fulfillment to us. That fulfillment That harmony and balance are key aspects in bringing joy and prosperity into our lives. The angels are reminding you that, English is not my first language right now. Still working, like I said, on my first cup of tea. Using those abilities bring in that prosperity that we need. And the angels are reminding us that, again, it's how we use our skills and our abilities to go forward that is going to bring us what it is we need. We're in the driver's seat. We just need to be listening to that high vibrational self rather than the low vibrational self. I love this deck. The Lovers, the 6th card in the Major Arcana. Now, I am super loving the fact, I'm going to move this light here. There, that's better. Nope. Better. Okay. Little darker for me, but good for the cards. So we have the Lovers, which is the 6th card in the Major Arcana, sandwiching strength with the 6 of Swords. So the Lovers, of course, that loving energy that we share with others, and big part of this, guys, and being open to the love that we receive from others. Harder to do than to give for many of us. So first point, the angels are reminding us it's a give and receive. So receive, guys. Mental note. Be open to this love, no matter how it's coming and from whom. The important aspect being is that it's a positive, supportive relationship and that there is no strings attached. So we have the Lovers sandwiching strength, which is your abilities, your skills, how you approach your world with that knowledge, that balanced knowledge, with that balanced relationship will only support you even more. So I'm absolutely loving this impact here. So obviously we do have the double 6s. Now, big way angels talk to us is through repetition, serendipity, and multiples. You start seeing things over and over again. So in angel messages, that multiple 6, the angels are telling you to take time to balance your energies between your physical and spiritual self. Again, that balance. Many of us feeling really, unbalanced and really kind of off kilter. So making sure that we are balancing ourselves, body, mind, and soul. So, love it. Love it. Interesting. Now we have the 5 of Swords. Now, in Tarot and Oracle, anytime you see that 5, you're looking at that conflict. Your ego is not going to go, oh, well, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. This is shifting and changing. Let's go high vibrational. Like I said, we are being impacted by those global energies, by those global situations, by other people's anxieties and fears and worries and hopes and dreams. There's a lot of energy, and it's really pushing and pulling people right now. That's why I brought out my meditation on Tuesday about releasing anxious feelings and anxiety, because anxiety is a common factor of humanity. We don't want it to derail us, though. We have to be cautious of the energies that we are engaging with. Not all of them are going to be supportive. Some will be, some won't be. It's important that we maintain relationships and energies that are supportive and start to release and cut free cut free relationships and energies that aren't. Reason I said meditations is because they're yelling at me, your meditations. So I've got a number of meditations coming forward. On Tuesday, next week, you're going to see a meditation where we're releasing other people's energies. So many of us, we just absorb it and own it. And then we don't realize what we're feeling. Is it us or them? And the more we're opening ourselves up to energies, more we're opening ourselves up to our gifts and abilities, like we need to, the more we're impacted by them. So this meditation that's coming out on Tuesday, I'm going to be releasing those energies and allowing you to kind of protect yourself from some of the other people's stuff so you can work on you, focus in on you, your gifts, your abilities, and what you need to do. Then the following week, I have a meditation that Archangel Michael and I have been working on cutting cords to relationships, situations, and events that are just sucking our energy dry. We're both really excited about it, and I've had to revise it a number of times because we're still missing pieces. I try and channel and bring down that insight that the archangels want to share with me. Sometimes it takes me a couple of tries to make sure I've got it right. However, we're going to have that out in 2 weeks. So lots of supports in dealing with this over the next couple of weeks, especially as we're entering into Mercury retrograde at the end of the month. We don't want these conflicting pieces to, be amplified with Mercury in retrograde. So lots of supports and lots of ability to really connect into what's important to you. And how we find that out, it's through that balance and harmony. Like I said, you do your creative aspect, and creativity, guys, does not mean arts and crafts. You do not need to go decoupage something. I don't even know how to decoupage, but it's a fun word. It's about expressing you in your way. That's the important aspect. It's fun. You get out of your head. You get out of your way. Then, of course, one of my favorite go-tos, meditation, because you're literally focusing in on the breath, and with my meditations, on what I'm sharing with you, my voice or the music or melody behind me. That's it. You're getting out of your head again. You can't focus in on your breath and someone's voice when you're focusing in on the task at hand. It's when you bring it back to your meditation. It helps to bring those ahas. It helps, and meditation literally scientifically helps you be able to balance out your brain waves. So you're using both sides of your brain. We have a tendency to favor just one. So those are going to be important pieces when you're feeling overwhelmed. It's up to us to take those steps forward. It's up to us to shift our energies and do it how we feel fit. All right. Let's end off on any further insight, wisdom, and guidance that we can share with my friends for the next month. Now, I should actually state, was it last month? My months are really all over the place. I think it was in July, I did an Angel 101 where I talked about connecting in with the angelic energy. Everybody has this ability, guys. It goes down to trusting your abilities and calming that inner self so you're able to channel this information. And speaking of channeling, October's 101, I have a number of them. The playlists keep adding. I will go back and fill more of them in, but I want to get you guys the foundations. I'm going to be doing a channeling 101 because we're into October. The veil starts to thin right around the middle of the month. I want to give you guys the tools to be able to start to work with that thinning veil and start to connect into those high vibrational beings. Speaking of that, I am holding Archangel Raphael. Most of us have heard of this guy. He's been around for a couple thousand years and longer. Archangel Raphael is the healing archangel. He's a lot more than that, but that's what we really know him as. So Archangel Raphael is reminding us we have that ability to, well, not only ground and center ourselves, but do that healing that's going to be most supportive. If you go through the playlist that I have, I've got lots of different meditations with lots of different archangels. Some are just with just me and you, and some are really quick and fast. When you give yourself that time and you intentionally set out the energy and time to do a meditation, you have the ability to start to heal you. Because we all have stuff. We have stuff from this past lifetime, lifetimes and lifetimes that we've lived. Lifetimes where we were people's guides and supports. Absolutely. And of course, the generational trauma that goes through our DNA. It's handed down from parent to child. Our DNA, by the way, holds a lot more than just that transition or that generational stuff. It also has our high vibrational stuff. Love it. Archangel Jofel. I love it. I love it. Anytime you see butterflies or moths or even dragonflies, you have that change and transition. Archangel Jofel is, well, I want to say fantastic, but they're all fantastic. She supports us in what has been coined, and I did not coin this, but I love it, feng shuiing our brain. So calming those inner whirlwinds and connecting into our creativity. I don't know how many times I've said, and an easy way to do this harmony thing, this balance thing, be creative. You have the patron of creativity and artists. And no, you still don't need to go decoupage something or get a canvas. Not unless that's meaningful. Do something that's meaningful for you. She will support you. They will all support you. Oh, we need this now more than ever. Universal heart. We're all connected. Humanity, the earth, the animals, the plants. We are all connected here. And yet we're all disconnected. We need that heart center flowing heart, like fast and furious right now. And there's been many times over the last couple of weeks and, well, especially over the summer, I encourage my friends, send the love to the individuals that have been dealing with the flooding, the fires, Afghanistan, you name it. We've got people who are hurting. We have animals who are hurting. Gaia is hurting. Sending out that love, it does not mean that you have to have any special training. You can just literally put that intention. I'm sending love and hope to those impacted by the devastation of the natural world through Afghanistan, through COVID, whatever. That's all you have to do. Set that intention and it starts to connect us. Think of it as an energetical hug to the world. Gratitude. Earlier on, I said that you could be someone else's miracle. That universal heart and gratitude really reconfirm that. It can take just a little, and you are shifting someone's life. Good morning. How are you doing? Really important one. You are doing an amazing job. When was the last time you heard that? When was the last time you said that to somebody? That gratitude, that love goes a long way. Faith. Faith in self, faith in the universal energies, faith that this too shall pass. Just may not feel like it's passing as fast as it needs to. A lot of us are really done with COVID. We could have closed that book a long time ago. Have faith that there is reason for that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Moonstar. Have faith in self. Most importantly, have faith in our abilities to overcome those challenges, to take on those really hard aspects of life, using your own talents and skills, your own abilities that you naturally have, to degrees that you'd never thought of, through adding that creativity, that balance. You will be able to shift you out of situation, start to shift others through inspiration, through hope. And hope is something that many of us need right now. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. If my friends who are live with me right now have any questions, please feel free to ask now. I'll kind of wrap up here. If not, I thank you guys for joining me live. So on Friday, I will be live again about, I think 10:30 Mountain Standard Time. Same time I was on today. It works really well as both my children are back in school, and I'm not rushed to go pick them up or have something occur. And I enjoy spending the morning, having my cup of tea, and getting into the cards. It's a lot of fun and I enjoy it. So Friday, I will be live exploring the week ahead. And like I said, on Tuesday, you're going to have that meditation to support you in dumping some of the stuff that you don't need. It's not your own. And I can't remember what other live readings I have next week. Fridays, of course, are for my readings for the following week. But there's usually other stuff involved in this. So I will have it posted. It's on my social medias, and it's especially on my Facebook as their events under my Mystic Star page. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. And until tomorrow, my friends.